Hey Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking. We've got our first case here of Midnight Hunt. So we'll go over the cards first, then we'll talk about values to kind of give you guys, in case you guys missed anything, you can get caught up real quick with where we're at. So first off, start with our stamped cards. So you can see here, we actually have 9 stamped cards, which is pretty cool. So it averages out, we'd have your basic 6 and then 3 extra, so 3 boxes at an extra 2. Actually, that's wrong, because if you go watch the videos, there was, I believe, 1 to 2 boxes that had no stamp card at all. So quite literally, it was 1 box, 2 box, 3 box, 4 box, 5. So, alright. So that makes sense. So there's 1 box with no stamp cards, and 1 box had 1. And we basically got 2 in the rest of them, because none of them had 3. I would have noticed that. So that was very interesting just to start. Secondly, let's talk about the commander cards real quick. So out of the commander cards, there was 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 mythics that I got just from commanders. Basically 1 mythic a box on average, which sounds cool and all, but honestly, these commander cards, when I looked them up, are only worth like $1 at best. So there's really no value, which kind of sucks. Because I was really hoping this would be worth a little something. But apparently, because they can get them in the boxes, their value is real low right now. Hopefully that changes, because people see how hard they are to get. But I wouldn't hold your breath on that, guys. It's just what I think. And then the other cards that came in there, there's the Curse and a Vision for every color. So we got 3 red, only 1 blue. We got 5 black, 3 green, and 4 white. Again, these are $1 a piece at best. Some of them even less. I mean, they're okay, I guess. We'll have to wait to see if they kind of take off. Target opponent puts a creature card of their choice from their graveyard on the battlefield under your control. Yeah, so like these are really weird. I don't know if they're going to be worth anything or not. But yeah. So currently they're only going for $1. I probably won't sell these until they actually make a little bit of value. Or not at all, because, I mean, yeah, it's a thing, right? So that wasn't too hot either. Next, let's talk about some of the foils we got. So the best foil we got that wasn't that was a rare is this little fella here. We got a Reckless Storm Chaser, or a Storm Seeker, sorry. But even then, this card is not as hot as most other cards. Like, most of these foils are only $1. This one's barely $2. So like all these rare foils and like almost no, sorry, those are from a different set. My bad. Pithing Needle. Brutal Cathar, like none of these are really worth anything foil wise. Kind of sad. Sucks. So the foils that are worth something that I got out of the boxes were these. I guess this is just alternate art. My bad. This should go over here. So 3 foils that are mythics that I got. Only got 3 mythic foils, so 1 every 2 boxes. The only one really worth anything is the Moonveil Regent, and it's even not that much right now, so it's not as popular as it was when it first came out. The rest of these, not so much either. So it is what it is. So there's that. And then out of all the mythics I got, out of this big stack here, these were the ones that were actually worth value. And we averaged basically 1 mythic a box of value. And some of those mythics were not very valuable, like $5, $4. So the only ones worth real value are these. This one's going for around 45 to 50. This one's around 30 to 40. And those 2 came in 1 box apiece, and they really drove the price of that box up. The rest of these, not so much. But other than these mythics, which obviously are the sweet ones, we had all these. Now they are mythics. A couple of them are worth some money, like the adversaries are worth a little something. There's a Jaren, there's an adversary, another adversary. The adversaries are worth $2 to $3. Not too shabby. I think that's worth about $5. But then again, these are mythics that are worth like $4 to $5. So it's really not as what you think it is. And then of course we have all the rares here. So with that said, I'm sure your question now is, how good was it, Captain? And I'm going to tell you, it wasn't so hot. So I'll get my handy dandy sheet out here. So box number 1, if you want to watch the first box video, the average value of that box was $86. Remember, these are set boosters, guys. These are $120 boxes. Box number 2 was $87. Box number 3 was $72. We had one mythic worth $3, and all the rest were under $2. That's crazy. Because remember, I don't take anything below $2. I don't add up. I just put it down as a dollar base value. And every mythic from box 3 was not worth more than $3. They were all worth less than $2, except for one for $3. And it was really a sad box. So $72 on that box. Now box 4 got a little better. Is $108. I mean, you can call that's better, but it's still not what you pay for it. Box 5 was $105. Now, mind you, that box 4 and 5 is where we got the Ren and the Bloodhook the Meat Hook Massacre, and those are $40. So if those mythics weren't in there, those boxes were looking at like $60. Like, that's terrible. And then the last box was about $85. So it was really bad. The average box value of that first case was $90 a box. So just in card value, I lost $30 a box on every box of set boosters. That's just horrendous. And that included list cards. So let me give you guys an idea of what each value was from each part of that set. Because like I said, I put them down here and I go through every one. As you can see, I rate them as mythic, rare, and the list cards. So on here, the first box had $28 in mythics. The second box, $24. Like I said, box 3 had $3. That was insanely bad. Box 4 had $45, which was pretty much the one mythic. Box 5 was $68, which was the one with the other mythic. Box 6 was $31. So the average value of mythics I got out of these boxes were $33 worth of mythics. So as I go through the rares, first box had 44, second box 43. Third box, 47. That was the bad box. Box 4, 49. Box 5, 33. And box 6, 49. So that's an average of $37 worth of mythics. Now, as far as the list goes, woo boy. So the list, we had box 1, we had 14. 2 was 20. 3 was 18, which is the only thing that saved box 3 from it being $60 box. Anyway, 14 on box 4. And $4 on box 5 and $5 on box 6 for an average mythic value of $12. So if I go through the average value of every category and give you that based on it, instead of getting a $90 value, you get about an $82. So it was not good. So this case... if you were to buy this case yourself, you literally just lost, at best, if you're paying $120, not including tax, and let's assume they're shipping for free, because Lord knows they need to, 6 times 30, you lost $180 on these 6 boxes. That's horrific. With that said, if you get them cheaper than $120, that's cool. But to break even, you'd have to buy each one of these boxes for $90. And I'm here to tell you, unless you're buying from the distributor, you're not getting a box for less than $90. That's just not happening. Even if you pre-buy, you're not getting the box for $90. So this was a really bad box opening. I'm not really happy with it. This is the first time I've done this where I've actually lost money. Normally I at least break even. Sometimes I get some good boxes. The list cards will be really sweet and they'll really pump the value up. But in this scenario, this is just horrific. So with that said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start the next series of boxes. You know, I've got more cases to open, so we're going to give her another try. So if this was the booster box game, like a lot of people do, you would have lost time and time again. There was not one box that you could have played the booster box game with and won to get another box. And I see that being a theme across all the booster box games I've watched. There's very few times that you actually make money to actually buy a new box. And that's really bad for this product because something's got to be wrong. Either something's wrong or people aren't playing and the demand is down. Like, I don't know, guys. Like, I'm just telling you, it's $90 a box. You know, that's your value in a set booster right now box for my first case. So if you want to buy a set booster and you're paying more than $90, you're going to lose money. Just expect it. And if you're buying individual boxes and not whole cases, you know, I had 2 boxes that were over 100, one 105, one 108. All the rest were technically below $90. So you're going to lose more than just $30. You're paying if you're paying 100, you're going to lose more than $10. So with that said, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Stay tuned as I start the next series, and let's hope to God this is a fluke, because if not, oh man, this is going to be horrible. I'm going to lose so much money. But hey, at least I'm losing it and not you. So this is probably going to be one of the best sets that the phrase coined could ever be said. Don't buy packs, buy the singles. Because there's no reason to open packs when the value of these cards are so bad. So let's check out the next box opening series, guys. And I'll see you tomorrow when we start. Until then, this is the captain speaking. Till next time, be kind. And I'll see you. And let's pray for something better, that this is just a fluke.